Let me tell you this much. Girls will always try to prove a point. No matter what the point is, they always want to be right, and this is just the way life goes. Like, there's literally a saying called happy wife, happy life, and my dad always tells me to follow it, and honestly, it's very true. Even though I'm not married, but I have a beautiful girlfriend that I have to take care of, as long as she's happy, it seems to be that I'm happy, and my life gets easy. So let's just get straight into this. Yo, what is going on, you guys? My name is Bubba, and welcome back to another insane story. So this story takes place back when I was actually, funny enough, 1 year after high school. I was 19 years old, or 18 turning 19, I should say. And basically, I'm not gonna lie to you, everyone was moving on from high school and going on to better things. Like, for example, a lot of my IRL friends, they moved on to go to college, they went to university, but not me. That's right, I'm gonna tell you this now. A lot of reasons why I don't have college stories is because I didn't go to college, nor did I go to university. I actually decided to skip all that and go straight to being a YouTuber. Kind of the biggest risk of my life, but at the same time though, I live life with no regrets, and I honestly don't regret making stories for you guys every single day. But as for my IRL friends, they always used to always pick on me, making fun of me, saying, oh, like, why don't you go to school, bro? Like, YouTube's not ever gonna work, bro. Like, what are you doing? And obviously for me, I decided to ignore that and just keep making crazy stories. Don't get me wrong, the channel has its ups and downs, but at the same time though, as long as I'm enjoying my life, I'm not gonna complain. Anyways, after this, I remember basically, the funny thing is that when all my friends went to university and college and stuff, a lot of them actually got into relationships. Now, getting into a relationship after high school is a lot different than getting into a relationship in high school, because after high school you guys are more matured, you guys think about more about your future, and you try to pursue your goal. Well, that wasn't the case with me. The thing that was different about me is that I would literally always just keep doing what I'm doing, and I'm not gonna lie, I still kind of live like a high schooler. I still eat all my snacks, I play upstaying video games all day, I literally still make videos like I used to back when I was in high school. It was super weird for my friends to see this, but at the same time, they didn't really care. They started to move on from it, and honestly, I remember a couple months later when I actually was fully 19 and, just hanging out, chilling and going to bars with my buddies, they were really shocked. They were shocked about how crazy the YouTube channel became and stuff, and that's all thanks to you guys, by the way. Thank you for subscribing and being there for me. Seriously, you guys really changed my life a lot. But at the same time, though, a lot of my friends were kind of jealous about how I already achieved my goal under the age of 20. So at this point, I remember a lot of them were really just kind of telling me how, if they should make YouTube videos and all this stuff, and I never said no to anyone. I always told them, go for your dreams, and so should you. Whoever's watching, just go for whatever dream you have in your life and just go for it. But I remember one time, all my friends and I, my IRL friends from high school, we decided to go to a club. And since we were 19 and actually legal age too, and by the way, legal age in Canada to go to a club is 19. I remember me and my friends, we decided to go to one that was really near our place. And basically, I went from my apartment going straight there. And when I got there, I ended up seeing all my friends and my friends' girlfriends, I guess, all there together. Now me, I was single at the time. Don't get me wrong, I would always go out and do the devil's tango, but I would actually never fully go into a relationship. But I remember when I was standing in line with all my friends and all of them were having their girlfriends, I felt like a 10th wheel. Don't get me wrong, there was 5 friends of mine and then 5 girlfriends that were just chilling there with them. So it was super awkward because I was the only one alone. So in reality, I was the 11th wheel. I don't know. It was just super weird. And I remember standing in line, being behind them while they're all cuddling, making out. And then I remember it was super funny because when I stood in line, they didn't even really notice until they turned around and said, oh, Bubba, what's going on, bro? And it started patting my back and all that stuff, acting like I'm a big achievement in their life or something. I have no idea. It's super weird. And then one thing led to another. I remember all their girlfriends that I haven't met yet, by the way, started judging me. They're like, oh, does he go to that school? No, I don't recognize him. Does he even go to school? Oh, he probably works at McDonald's or something. Now, even though I was getting kind of bullied and picked on, I didn't end up saying what I was until they asked me. Because don't get me wrong, as much as I want to go up in front of them and be like, oh yeah, I'm a YouTuber with 100K. That's right, big peepee status. No, I didn't do that because I don't have an ego. That's the one thing about me. I really just don't have an ego, and I talk to everyone the same way. So I remember they were just looking at me, kind of making fun of me, wondering what job I actually did and stuff, because for some reason these girls need to know how much I make. And then I ended up just going inside the club, and right away at that moment, I realized that there was a person there that actually recognized me from a YouTube channel. He ended up walking up to me, taking a selfie with me, and when all my friends behind me and their girlfriends were watching me, they found it super weird. And then one girl that was dating one of my buddies ended up walking up to me saying, just a question, why did he take a photo with you? Oh, he just recognized me from work, that's all. At this point, the girl was like, what work? And I ended up telling them, oh, I just kind of make videos, and then walked away to go talk to more people. Honestly, since they were all together and they're all in couples and stuff, I didn't want to stay around them in the club because that would be super awkward. But then one thing I realized is that my buddy's girlfriends were kind of dispersing from their actual boyfriends and actually coming towards me more. anymore. It was so weird because I ended up having like 5 girls around me the whole entire night that were dating my buddies. Now, obviously, one thing I will say is I do know the bro code. I'm not insane, all right? I'm not gonna, you know, hit on them, do the devil's tango with them, nothing like that, okay? I'm just gonna be chill and just talk to them like normal people. But then afterwards, I remember there was a hot girl at the club that I actually recognized, and I remember I decided to go up to her and flirt with her and be like, hey, like, how you doing? Can I buy you a drink? And I ended up buying her a drink, and she actually ordered like a pretty expensive drink. I'm not gonna lie. Like a $20 drink is kind of like overboard, but you know, she wanted one and I want to like show her like I'm able to provide, I guess, in some way. I don't know. The way clubs work is really weird, and I'll explain it one time in another video, but basically, I remember after this happened, all of my buddies' girlfriends were just behind me still watching me, trying to talk to me, and they all saw I bought this drink for this girl, and they were all like jaws like falling down. Like they were all just like amazed about what I just did. I guess they all thought I was like broke or something. I have no idea, but you know what? One thing I always say is never judge a book by its cover, and these girls were really trying to judge my cover, okay? Like I couldn't just imagine if I just whip out my massive eggplant in the middle of the club and that's it. Their jaws would drop even more. Sorry, that's overboard. You know, I wouldn't do that. That's weird. But going on, I remember afterwards when this all ended up happening, the girls ended up actually, like, funny enough, going up to the girl that I bought a drink for, made fun of her, and then she ended up leaving me alone, at least, which really sucked. Me, I didn't stop anything because girl talk, I guess. I have no idea. But then afterwards, I remember all of my buddies' girlfriends ended up coming up to me and saying, hey, like, I have a question. Okay, wait, so like you make videos, like what are you? And then that's when I got to the point where I ended up telling them my TikTok page. I ended up telling them my TikTok with 2 million followers. I ended up telling my YouTube channel and all this stuff. And these girls were the ultimate gold diggers. No joke, I've never seen so much of a gold digger ever, because 2 of like the girls that were dating my buddies were literally the most biggest, weirdest gold diggers in the world. No joke, I remember she walked up to me and like kept like hanging out with me, flirting with me, even though she already was dating one of my buddies. So I remember I ended up telling her, yo, like, listen, like, you gotta like stop, bro. Like, I'm not interested in you. Like, you're dating my friend. Like, just leave it alone. And at that point, I remember she said, oh, well, like, you're more accomplished than them. And then she ended up kissing me. When she kissed me, I remember I instantly pushed her off and grabbed her by the shoulders. And I guess my friend was looking from far away and ended up running up to me saying, yo, bro, seriously, bro? Like, you decided to, like, you know, flex your YouTube stuff and this is what happens? At this point, I remember I ended up just basically saying, bro, that's not what happened. Your girl's a gold digger and all this stuff. And it got to the point where my buddy's like, oh, yeah, well, show me proof. And at that point, luckily, since we were near the bar, the bartender ended up looking at him and saying, yeah, bro, not gonna lie, bro. She just said that you're not accomplished as him, bro. So, like, your girl's definitely a gold digger. Holy cow, the bartender vouched for me, bro. At this point, I remember he was embarrassed since the bartender said that, and a lot of people heard it in the club, and he ended up just leaving. As for the girl, well, she ended up leaving as well, but they ended up breaking up at that point, I guess, because I never heard from her again. And all I'm gonna say is that even though I just kissed my buddy's girlfriend right in front of him, it was just super embarrassing. Anyways, follow for more embarrassing stories.